everybody, I'm Ellen. I'm Buckeye Cross Stitcher on both FlossTube and Instagram. Today is July 26, 2026, and this is FlossTube number 21. I'd like to welcome everybody, and especially those returning and my subscribers. I'm getting a few more every video, so that's exciting. This channel is predominantly about cross stitch and occasionally other crafting that I do. And today I'm going to show you what I'm currently working on. I have several finishes and a fully finish, and I have some haul to show you. So stay tuned. I'll start with what I'm currently working on, and actually probably one more night and I'll have this one finished. But this is We Are Blessed by Teresa Kogut. And I do have a few other patriotic I want to squeeze in yet this year, and then hopefully by fall move on to other things, because all I've been stitching pretty much is patriotic this summer. So this is where I'm at. And let's see, she has, I think it's Classic Color Works and DMC and some Weeks Dye Works all kind of mixed in there, but I'm kind of going back and forth Classic Color Works and mostly DMC, which is what I have on hand, and that's what I decided to stitch it with. And this is on 18 count Sparrow. This is from Luminous Fiber Arts when Misty was dyeing fabric, and I love this fabric. I wish I could buy a yard of it. But anyway, I think it's turning out really cute. So I did not buy the drum that Chantel has. I'm just going to try to find some other decor piece that is round that I can finish that on. So that is We Are Blessed. So I have a finish on Happy 250th Birthday America by Primrose Cottage. I wanted to make sure I had this finished on the 4th of July. And so I did put my last star in on the 4th of July. So this is how mine looks. And I did add the red stripe on the bottom because our flag starts and stops with a red stripe. So that's what I wanted to do. And I figured nobody's going to know it was supposed to have 250 stars. So I worked on this throughout the year, and I was doing 7 stars like on every Sunday, that kind of thing, to get it done. But I did put the last star in on July 4th. And I put the title down here, and I also put 1776 to 2026 on here with my initials. I thought for this year, I wanted to mark my patriotic stitches so that I remember, and my family eventually will know that these were stitched for the 250th. So this was done on, it is 25 count oatmeal even weave, and that's by Lori Holt, the fabric. And then I used DMC, just B5200 for the white. I used Battleship Color and Cotton for the blue, and Buckeye Scarlet, and that's from Gast, on the red. I thought, oh, it needs to have Buckeye Scarlet since I'm from Ohio. So I think what I'm going to do is frame this one, and I'm happy to have that one done. I really like how it turned out. And another finish that I did was the word swap Tulips from Stitching with the Housewives. And I stitched this one on 14 count Aida, and I used mostly the called for Classic Color Works. But in these little flowers up here, the centers, I did B5200 DMC, just so they would show up a little better on the white fabric. So I'm happy to have that done, and I think I have a couple more of the word swaps that I want to do in this series, but I need to get this one fully finished so it'll be ready for spring. My birthday start this year was American Celebration by Primrose Cottage. And so I got that finished here just in the last week. And I did do one change. I added semi-quincentennial here on that row. And here on this side, I just flipped these so that they would point into the center to that word. So I did that, and I used Lindsay's DMC conversion. So I stitched it in the DMC colors that she had suggested. And I'm really happy how that came out. That was a lot of stitching. I've done a lot of big projects this year. I'm ready to do some smalls, but I'm really happy to have that done. And my birthday stitches, they stay up all year. I frame them and put them up on the wall in my craft room. So I will be happy to have that addition up there. So my crowning achievement on July 4th, I was able to finish One Nation by ByGone Stitches. And originally I had started this with Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. She was doing a sale on starting Leap Day 2024, and it was to go to our next Leap Day in 2028. So I thought, oh, I got all kinds of time to do that. I will work on One Nation, which is something that I wanted to do, but it's by far the biggest project I've ever undertaken. So then when I realized the 250th was going to be this year, I decided that I really wanted to get it done for this year and have it like as a memorial piece, or just a reference for the 250th. So I got busy, and that is actually what I have mostly been stitching on this year. So without further ado, here it is. And I did customize the last row to say on it 1776 to 2026 in. Then I put 250th in my initials on this side. So I am really, really happy to have this done. And this was stitched on 16 count. It was ecru Aida, and I had coffee dyed it. I also had used antiquing spray. Like once I stitched the blue, I did the antiquing spray. Then once I stitched the red, I did the antiquing spray. But I decided I was not going to do that over all that white. I did not even want to test it and see what it might look like. I decided the white is staying just as is because you can actually read it. Oh, and my Ohio, I stitched in red. Our state bird is a cardinal. Our state flower is a carnation. So, and Ohio State colors, scarlet and gray. I had to stitch Ohio in red. So I am really happy with it, and plan to one day when I feel like I have a lot of money get it framed. So I'm really, really happy to have that done. My fully finished I want to show you is American Sampler by Primrose Cottage. And this one was a lot of stitching too. I've done a lot of projects this year that was a lot of stitching. This was on 32 count robust linen. So also when I stitch on linen it takes me longer. It's just hard for me to really work on, so I don't do a lot on linen, but I had a piece, I think I had bought it at StitchCon a few years ago, and so I wanted something to use it for, so I used it on this. And I did make a couple little changes on here, like I added antenna to the bees. I did use B5200 DMC for all the white. I like my white to show up, and so that's what I used for that. And this frame, actually, this was like a $5 frame that I got at a community festival here in our town. And it's been my collection of things to use for finishing since like 2019, I think. But anyway, I thought this would be perfect in there. Might be a little crooked right now, but and then the ribbon that I used, if you're from around here, you know Esther Price Candies, and they always have these nice satin ribbons that wrap their boxes, and I always save those. I check them, see if there's any chocolate or anything on them, but then I iron them out and I wrap them like around a piece of cardboard or something to kind of keep them straight, but it's free ribbon, so I just attach that with hot glue on the back here so that I could hang that up in here. So it's not a permanent thing. I didn't do magnets or anything like that, so I can take it off of here if I want to, but I'm happy to have that done. I wanted to share with you something that my mom gave me recently that she had. I don't know if I can't remember if someone gave this to her or if she got it at a craft fair or whatever. It's a towel, and it was cross-stitched actually on both sides. Nice towel, nice and big. But of course, you wonder if you want to wash these things and use them. I probably will. I'll probably wash it and use it. But I just thought that was kind of neat, and she wanted to pass that on to me. So I have no idea what the pattern would be on that. If you know, drop it in the comments and let me know. I had posted on something that Kathy Wheeler from San Antonio, Texas had shared on social media, and told her I just thought that this little pattern was so cute, and she had it done on a spool like this, and I had just purchased this spool, and she offered to send me the pattern. So thank you, Kathy. I really appreciate that. And not only did she send Uncle Sam, but she also sent the autumn one too, the primitive crow. So I'll have to probably do something different with that, and I actually really like the key finish on this. So I really appreciate that she passed her stash to me. A couple other pieces of haul I thought I'd share with you. I had been looking for this pattern for a while. I didn't even know if it existed, but this is the Ohio pattern from Oberlin Samplers, and I had stitched the Dayton pattern, the word Dayton, and I think I did that in the early 90s. I have it hanging up upstairs. I had given it to my dad actually, But this is from a designer that's from Oberlin, Ohio. So I think I found it, somebody had it on Etsy, and I was really happy to get my hands on that. So I hope to get that done one day. And I also got the cross stitch, just cross stitch Halloween magazine. So it's always fun to look through there, even if there's not anything I think I want to stitch. I always like seeing the finishing ideas. So I was happy to get that to put in my collection. And my last bit of haul is from Primrose. Of course, I got the new Sip and Stitch, the home edition. And I picked up the t-shirt as well. And these are always real comfy, so I like having them. I could show you 2 of the 3 patterns. The third one is just a chart. So this is Home Sweet Home. And you guys have probably seen all of these, but I thought I'd show them real quick. And this is Sweetly Saying Home. And we've got a Big Red Barn needle minder. And the Bo Peep sheep. This is the charm or zipper pull. I've got floss drops. I don't really use these, but I do pass them on to my stitchy sisters or save them as gifts or whatever. Then of course I got the DMC and the finishing kit. And we got a notepad that has a magnet on the back, which I love. I like those for my shopping lists. And the mug, which I really like. I like the color of it. And it says, "Home is where my stitching is," which is what is also on the t-shirt. So I think that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you guys are enjoying your summer. Can't believe it's like the end of July. But anyway, we haven't really used our pool that much this year. We've had kind of cool weather here, low humidity. So off and on we've been using it when things heat up, and I think they're going to this week, so that'll be good. But anyway, I think that's it. And until we meet again, be excellent to each other.